Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. I was going to make a video about something else today, but WWE decided to drop some news about the showcase modes. We're going to talk about that today. Anyway, so I just did a video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out. Talking about what we saw in the new trailer that dropped about a half hour ago as of the making of this video. And then they had a post saying, for more information, go here. And they have a ton of information on the new Bloodline showcase and what's included, and some new screenshots over on their website. So without further ado, let's go check this out. All right, so here we are over on 2K's main website via the ringside report on the showcase mode. Here is a trailer, and I'll link this all in the comments and stuff down below. Sometimes I forget to do that, so yell at me in the comments, be like, hey, you forgot to do it. But I mean, if you're following the game, you're probably gonna find it really easily anyway. All right, so here we go, full breakdown. With Roman Reigns gracing the cover of WWE 2K25 and the two feuding factions of the Bloodline front and center in the Bloodline edition, there's no better way to honor further the Bloodline's family legacy than with this year's showcase, aptly called 2K Showcase, the Bloodline's Dynasty. Nice. It's a great privilege for all involved to pay tribute to the Rock's dynasty in the first of its kind documentary style look at the legendary family hosted by the wise man Paul Heyman. Nice. Heyman will provide historical context for each featured member of the family, the Fatu family and Maivia families leading into their showcase match. Players also hear from superstars like Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, who will break down their respective matches and give personal insight for their dynasty members. But before we get into the showcase match list, let's dive deeper into the other changes and updates to this year's mode. Nice. We got a good look at Triple H's Hurdle Helmsley. Can't speak today. It says, when developing this year's showcase, we wanted to change the way players experience the game. And one of the most noticeable differences will be with the reintroduction of cinematics during each match. This year, full cutscenes make their return instead of the stupid where it goes back and forth between real footage and not. I hated that because it took you out of the match, keeping you immersed in the game at all times. Yeah, see? Okay. Players will also notice two additional changes in this year's mode. Full entrances are now included. Nice. Commentary is now featured during each match. Oh yeah, that was weird. It had like music going, although I kind of like the music because it reminded me of the old wrestling games. This also replaces music as part of the presentation. Aww. I hope you can have music in normal matches like in other modes, but I don't know. That's like one of the things I like because it made it seem like it'd go by faster when you're just listening to cool music. But for what the purpose of this mode is to relive, you know, iconic matches. It was kind of weird. Anyway, it says, as has been the case with prior showcases, players will be presented with different objectives throughout a match that, if completed, will allow players to earn each available unlockable reward. One new wrinkle to this objectives system is that we have added timed objectives to each match. Oh, why? Adding an extra challenge to the mix while keeping the action moving. That sounds terrible. Timed objectives. That sounds awful. That sounds awful to me. Oh, I guess I'll have to wait and see how it plays. But timed objectives? That means you'll have to replay it like 20 times. I don't even want to play it once, to be honest. I just want to get through the mode, get my unlockables, and go play the modes I really want to play. Doing this kind of stuff, ugh. More hurdles. Anyway, match list. As the team started putting together the match list for this year's showcase, it presented a unique opportunity to take from different eras of the family dynasty and introduce legends like The Rock's grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, 3-Minute Warning, Rosie and Jamal, and the Islanders, Tama and Haku, one-time members of the vaunted Heenan family. Excuse me. As part of the 2K Showcase, the Bloodline's Dynasty, we have divided the matches into 3 categories: Relive History, Change History, and Create History. We talked about this before on the channel. Relive History allows fans to retrace the steps that legendary superstars took on their path to victory. Change history will give fans the opportunity to avoid what was a heartbreaking loss and instead turn it into a victory for various members of the Bloodline family. So basically, when Cody beat Roman for the championship, they'll probably have a thing in there where Roman retained. Like, that'll be pretty cool. Create history places you in dream matches that will see eras clash in the center of the ring. Now onto match list itself. Here we go. The match list. Relive history. Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji versus Hulk Hogan, King of the Ring, 93. Rocky Maivia versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Thursday, Raw, Thursday, 2/13/97. Thursday, Raw, Thursday? Okay. The Usos versus The New Day with Big E, Hell in a Cell, 17. Solo Sikoa versus Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams, NXT, 9/13/22. Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyrie, King and Queen of the Ring, 24. Change history matches. The Head Shrinkers versus Steiner Brothers, WrestleMania, I believe it's 9. I'm not good at my Roman numerals. Rikishi versus Stone Cold, Steve Austin, No Mercy, 2000. Umaga. I always called it Umaga. Is it Umaga? Because I always called him Umaga. So correct me in the comments. Umaga, that's how I say it. With Armando Estrada versus John Cena, New Year's Revolution. He should have won that match. Umaga should have won that match. That I feel like that was the burial of the Umaga character. That and losing to Bobby Lashley. Ugh. Now, next up, Tamina versus Natalya versus Carmella versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Money in the Bank, 17. They're going to throw in a damn ladder match in this mode. Hopefully the new ladder mechanics, like I said, don't suck, because I hate ladder matches in their old form. Like, if I get to that point in the story mode, I dread it, because it's like, it's just chaos. It's just pure chaos. And if you're lucky, you'll win it. If not, you have to do the whole thing over again. It's like, So hopefully the new mechanics make it a lot easier, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Next is Naomi versus Bayley, Super Showdown 20. That's awesome. So Naomi is in the showcase mode. That's pretty cool. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, Royal Rumble 22. So would that mean you play as Seth? Because Roman beat him. So what if Seth ended the reign there? That'd be kind of funny. All right, then we got a good look at Umaga and Estrada. Create history. Now this is what I'm most excited about, but it looks like it is preset matches. It's not matches that you get to make up, because that would be kind of difficult to do with cutscenes and stuff. So anyway, it's preset matches. High Chief Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steel. Okay, that's different. 3-minute warning versus AOP with Paul Ellering. The people that just got let go. That's a bummer. Hey, at least they got to be featured in the game. That'll help them wherever they end up going. Let's see here. The Wild Samoans versus the Dudley Boys. We saw that in all of the content rollout, like on Smack Talk's channel and other channels. The OG Bloodline versus Solo's Bloodline War Games. That's pretty recent. It's got a War Games match in here. At least the War Games match, you have a team. You have people helping you. The Money in the Bank matches are just chaos. I haven't liked them for a long time. But that's just me. The Islanders versus the Street Profits. Cool. And then unlockable content. As players progress through each match and complete objectives, over 70 rewards will be unlockable and fall into one of these categories: Legends, alternate attires for WWE Superstars, Managers, Championships, Arenas, and My Faction cards. Cool, so you get Championships and Arenas in this mode. But that means they've locked, just like last year, where 90% of the WrestleMania arenas were locked in Showcase. I hope the accelerator just unlocks everything this year and you don't have to play through it, because a lot of people had issues with the game getting corrupt and then having to start over and redo all of this all over again. A big red flag to me this year is the timed objectives. I'm a little worried about that. Anyway, we won't spoil each unlockable, but there is plenty to earn throughout the mode, and we'll let fans discover them themselves. That'll do it for the Ringside Report, but stay tuned for upcoming editions covering My Rise, My GM, Universe, and more. You guys better hurry up. The game comes out in less than a month. Like, I think we're down to the last 3 weeks. You gotta hurry up and show Universe. And Universe they'll probably show last. And it scares me that they're not showing the Creator Wrestler. There's no mention of Creator Wrestler here. Alright. So, all these new features and stuff sound pretty cool to me. I didn't even finish the showcase mode last year because there was just so many matches. And I know other players and other YouTubers like Mr. Dubs had it corrupt on him multiple times to where he didn't want to play the game anymore because to unlock everything for Creator Wrestler, he'd have to replay that entire mode. Like to get all the arenas, to get all the creation parts, because he didn't buy the super expensive edition because if you don't want the content, why buy it, right? So that really sucks. So hopefully the accelerator unlocks all that stuff right away. Otherwise, you know, if somebody gets a corrupt save file, they're gonna have to redo this again and again. I like the idea of Showcase. We'll have to wait and see how they fixed it this year, because last year it was a slog. Even though I liked some of the matches, it was a slog. Anyway, how do you feel about this? Sound off the comments below. Are you excited for Showcase mode this year? As always, stay frosty.